What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. So at the end of last episode, we got another letter from Meredith, which was, where can we find this? It doesn't look like I'll actually be able to find it or read it out for you again. Aha, perhaps it's this one. Champion, you have proven yourself a friend of order in the city, and I find myself in need of your support once more. Dire events are underway at the Gallows, which could tear the city apart. I believe the champion's appearance, could make all the difference, and thus I ask you to come as soon as possible, Knight Commander Meredith. We will, of course, go check that out immediately. It sounds important, and if we could not have the city explode itself into chaos, I'd prefer to avoid that. My sister is still in this city, and, well, all my friends on screen are in this city. So if we can stop everybody here from smoking themselves, I would love to.
Champion, thank the Maker you've come.
What's happened?
Knight Commander Meredith and the first Enchanter got into a terrible argument. The first Enchanter stormed off to bring the matter before the Grand Cleric, but Meredith gave chase. I fear there will be blood.
Then take me to them before that happens.
Yeah, let's not have the whole of Kirkwall explode into a ball of fury here if we can avoid it.
I will have the tower searched, top to bottom.
You cannot do that! You have no right!
I have every right. You are harboring blood mages, and I intend to root them out before they infect this city.
Blood magic? Where do you not see blood magic? My people cannot sneeze without you accusing them of corruption.
Do not trifle with me, Mage. My patience is at an end.
A wonder that I never saw it begin.
You know, I have to try really hard not to be biased against Orsino because of what happened with Leandra. But my god, just let the woman search the rooms. Why are you so against the rooms being searched? I understand it's an invasion of privacy, but would you really prefer open warfare than to just let somebody search your shit? It does kind of make you wonder what he's hiding, doesn't it? To a degree, if they're willing to go this far just to not have their room searched.
Why are you fighting again?
You would have to get involved.
Good, you found us.
Bethany sounds thrilled to see
Champion
us.
will not stop me. The people deserve to know just what you've done.
What I have
The
done
people deserve
is
to know what
protect
you've
the
done
people
too.
of this city time and again. What I have done is protect you mages from your curse and your own stupidity.
Let's talk about
And
Leandra,
I will
Orsino.
not stop doing it. I will not lower our guard. I dare not.
Is there any truth to what she's saying?
These are only her latest accusations, nothing more. And what if she does not find what she's looking for? How much further will she go to root out something that isn't there?
The champion knows better than anyone how deep the circle's corruption goes. I must find the source.
Yeah, I mean, he can sit there and spout that we're just not going to find it because there's nothing to find all he wants, but how much have we already found in Kirkwall? How many letters do I need to find signed by O to realize that he's not exactly doing the best that he should, let's say. Yeah, Orsino. Well, now I'm gonna tear here between both of these because they're both right. He should just let her do the search. If that gets her off his back and lets his people relax and breathe easy, then she should just be allowed to do the search. But they also need to stop tit-for-tat fighting. Literally both their roles exist for there to be cooperation and less of this fucking tension.
Fighting Meredith won't help matters.
Is that all it's ever going to be? Are we mages to be forever persecuted for being what we are? The mere act of defending ourselves, confirmation of our guilt?
Defending yourselves
What
from a
other option
search?
do we have? Tell me, champion, that you have not seen with your own eyes what they can do. Heard the lies of mages that seek power.
I have. But they aren't all the same. They aren't all like that.
You can't use the actions of some to condemn them all.
You would cast us all as villains, but it is not so.
I know, and it breaks my heart to do it. But we must be vigilant. If you cannot tell me another way, Do not brand me a tyrant.
This is getting us nowhere. Grand Cleric Orsino will put a stop to this.
You will not bring her grace into this.
The Grand Cleric cannot help you.
Explain yourself, Mage.
I will not stand by and watch you treat all mages like criminal, while those who would lead us bow to their Templar jailers.
How dare you speak to
The
me?
Circle has failed us, Orsino. Even you should be able to see that. The time has come to act. There can be no half measures.
Anders, what have you done?
There can be no turning back.
And what a way to prove Meredith correct.
Mercy.
There can be no peace.
Elfina, no! Make her, no! She was your most faithful, your most beloved. Why didn't she listen to me?
And Sister Nightingale.
Blessed be the souls of the faithful that they ascend to your right hand.
Why? Why would you do such a thing?
I removed the chance of compromise, because there is no compromise.
The Grand Cleric has been slain by magic. The Chantry destroyed. As Knight Commander of Kirkwall, I hereby invoke the right of annulment. Every mage in the Circle is to be executed, immediately!
The Circle didn't even do this! Champion, you can't let her! Help us stop this madness!
And I call on you to keep order. After what just occurred, you cannot deny what must be done.
Why are we debating the right of annulment when the monster who did this is right here?
You're not wrong.
I swear to you, I will kill him.
It can't be stopped now. You have to choose.
Yeah, and you piece of shit, decided to do this all along, huh?
Was that why you needed me to distract the Grand Cleric?
You were part of this?
No one
If
like.
you knew what I was doing, you would have felt honor-bound to stop me.
No shit.
I couldn't take that chance. The Circle is an injustice. In many places beyond Kirkwall. The world needs to see.
Elfina is not...
You
the
understand
Circle.
what you just
She was a
showed the
good
world,
woman,
Anders?
And you murdered her!
Yeah,
You fool! You've doomed us all!
correct.
We were already doomed. A quick death now or a slow one later. I'd rather die fighting.
Well, you didn't get... Oh, well, you didn't let everybody else get to pick, did you? You just said, fuck it, I'll choose for you all because I'm God. Speaking of blood mages having God complexes.
You're a murderer. The Grand Cleric, the mages, their blood is on your hands.
I know.
It doesn't matter. Even if I wished to, I could not stay my hand. The people will demand blood.
The mages aren't responsible for this, but I don't support them. And I also don't support the right of annulment. I refuse to pick. I'm not going to give Anders what he wants here. We're just going to go with what's right. I'm not taking sides. I'm not picking a side in Anders' little bitchy fucking pissant wannabe Che Guevara war. You don't get to force my hand.
I don't want to get involved in this.
You are already involved. You are the champion of Kirkwall. Do your duty, or fall with these mages. It is your choice.
Well, if I have to pick a side, it's not going to be Orsino.
It seems I have no choice but to side with you.
Your first act must be to execute this traitor.
She is a monster. If you help her, you become one as well.
You don't think their other side is either?
But it's the only way.
The mages cannot hide behind their rights when they endanger so many.
Crushing the rebels, are we?
How dare they wish for freedom?
Don't do this. Don't make me choose between my people and my family.
No, so what's the alternative?
This is not justice.
So what do you want me to do? You want me to cut her head off in the street? She's right. The Blood Mages the whole time, this entire game, have been killing people, stealing people, implanting demons in people, manipulating things from the side, selling people as slaves. And now they just blew up the fucking Grand Cleric and the entire Chantry Temple. Hundreds of lives in there, washed away in an instant. And you can say that that wasn't part of Orsino's circle, but it quite easily fucking could have been. All those Blood Mages and Thrask, that was part of the Mages and Templars. If you are gonna make me choose between slaughtering every last Templar in Kirkwall, or fighting to make sure this shit doesn't happen again, then I'm obviously gonna fight to make sure this shit doesn't happen again. I'm not gonna kill every Templar in Kirkwall because of Anders or because of Orsino.
I'm not defending you, Orsino.
Very wise.
Are you sure about this? You know she's going to murder people whose only crime was being born a
And
mage.
what do you think the mages are gonna do?
Innocent people will be hurt in the fighting. We have to make this as quick and painless as possible. I think we agree that nobody wants mages and Templars fighting in the streets. All we can do now is try to keep casualties to a minimum.
I suppose you're right. This decision was taken out of our hands.
Yes, it was.
Stop them! I will warn the others!
Gather our forces! We will deal with this.
I don't wanna have to kill you all. Look at this little shit in the background. This cocksucker right here.
So, it begins. I must gather my forces at the Gallows. Meet me there as soon as you can, champion.
And I'm sure Knight Commander Meredith
I'll
feels
leave
very
this murderer for you to deal with.
vindicated
He's your
about all this.
companion. Do as you see fit.
Anders went ahead and proved her completely correct about everything.
There's nothing you can say that I haven't already said to myself. I took a spirit into my soul and changed myself forever to achieve this. This is the justice all mages have awaited.
It's this justice. You just got every mage in the city killed. Justice for your people, huh? With friends like these.
Did that spirit tell you to do this?
No. When we merged, he ceased to be. We are one now. I can no more ignore the injustice of the Circle than he could.
So you start a massacre to prove a point?
I'm not proving a point. I'm changing a world.
No, you're not.
The people fear what we can do. But to use that fear to bludgeon us into submission is wrong. And they do it with our blessing. And if I pay for that with my life, then I pay. Perhaps then justice would at least be free.
This whole thing is fucking absurd. To get justice for the mages, he'll have every single mage in the world murdered. And this doesn't change the world at all. He really thinks that he's going to change the world with this? All that's going to happen here is every mage in Kirkwall will be slaughtered, and then other Templar orders and other circles around Thedas will follow suit. They'll rebel, or they'll come to blows. But the mages aren't numerous enough in the world to win that fight. The Templar Order will kill them all, and then they'll be back in the circle, or they will just cease to exist. You've changed nothing. You've just got hundreds of thousands of people dead.
Opinions?
If I'd been in that chantry today, would you be waffling? You know what must be done.
Bold plan. Well, I thought so.
He wants to die. Kill him and be done with it.
Belief is no excuse. Sincerity does not justify this.
I agree.
He should come with us. Do what he can to put things right.
Barak.
I think I'm sick of mages and Templars.
Whatever you do, just do it.
You know, I think the best punishment for Anders here, and this is not something I usually do. Ordinarily, I would just stick a knife in his back right here and call it quits with this, but I think the best thing for him currently, punishment-wise, would be to make him come fix this. He can come kill a bunch of his mage brethren with us. He can come and see what he just caused, and then we'll kill him later. But for right now, you can help put this right in however way you can with the rest of your useless life, and then we'll take care of you after.
Help me restore order.
Fight with the Templars? Against the Circle? No. You can't ask me to do that. I'd rather die.
Well, if he's not willing to do that, I'm certainly not going to let you go, so I'll see you in the afterlife, Anders.
You have to pay for what you've done.
I know. The sooner I die, the sooner my name lives on to inspire generations.
No one will even remember your name a game from now. At least justice is free. If I could have gotten him to fight with us against the mages, I totally would have, because that would have corrupted his little legacy that he's trying to leave there. Too bad he couldn't be convinced to fix his mistakes.
It will never be enough, but it's a start.
How
At this
invigorating.
point, it's all we can do.
We'd all best get to the gallows. And quick. It's going to be quite a show.
Yeah, you're telling me. Now, unfortunately, we are down our main healer mage, so we potentially are going to have quite the problem here. Without a mage to heal, I'm pulling all the aggro. So, you really just need more damage. And without a double mage, I think the best way to go here would be a double rogue.
I suppose there are worse things to get caught up.
We're tagging Varican. Put that at 54, and then we have 2 left, so we'll put the final 2 into Constitution. That's 40, 40, and 54 for a final clock in. And we got 1 more point to go, so I will get the cooldown for Adrenaline Rush, so we can just spam the ever-living shit out of that. And Anders' bitch ass is just gonna be left dead in the street where he belongs. And again, he also had the audacity to pull us into this. Right? Like, not only did he kill the Grand Cleric and set all this up, but he made us accomplices to that. That's not something I would ever forgive. And honestly, the only reason I was trying to give him a chance to put things right is, again, to ruin his little legacy that he's trying to leave there. If I can force him to throw that away and ruin it so people don't look at him as an example, then I'll happily do that. Because seeing Anders as an example is a terrible lesson to take from all that.
Stay where you are! There is no escape!
Leave me alone. I never asked for any of this.
The law is clear, Mage. We cannot take the risk.
Keep away from me. I'm warning you.
Kill it! Kill it now!
And that's why you, well, like they so eloquently pointed out, that's why you can't take the risk. Right there is why you can't take chances in a situation like this. I don't care what anybody says, push to the edge or whatever you want to fucking say about this, like they had no choice. Spare me. I'm not the one that took away that choice. And there's always a choice. You don't have to die as whatever the hell this thing is. Because it's not a person anymore. Yeah, it seemed like she knew exactly what to do, right? She became an abomination pretty fucking fast. There wasn't exactly a moment's pause of hesitation there, was there? Stay away, I'm warning you. 3 seconds later, boom. Full-blown abomination, ready to burn Kirkwall to the ground. And that's the decision they made too, because keep in mind, again, there's plenty of innocents out here, so that mage had a decision to make in that moment. I didn't want this, I didn't ask for this, but now, thanks to Anders, I have to choose. Do I risk all the civilians in Kirkwall and become an abomination, or do I just let myself die? And she chose to risk all the civilians in Kirkwall. So, yes, please go down with the rest of them. Keep adrenaline here. Unfortunately, we lost our mage that was casting haste for us, so we're not going to get that anymore. But I think we built up a good enough buff portfolio here with everything we've been putting into our build that we won't actually need it, I think. Hopefully. We do have a Merrill level up, so let's take a look. Attributes, we can go 1 into magic and 2 into con to make sure you stay alive now that you're the last one standing. I already buffed up you. Let's buff up Firestorm. Varric, Whole Hog on Dexterity, and I'll give you 1 willpower just to even it off. But here we have Stamina Mana Regeneration, we have Kickback, or we can boost Ramen Triplet. Oh, that's already fine. Hail of Arrows, we can do that. Buff your Arrow Storm. Buff up completely. And my dog back here is the reason why they never pushed. I was wondering why they didn't walk forward. This is why. My team seems like they're doing okay. Yeah, I was certainly never gonna let Anders free from here. And you're seeing right here the danger of all this. Look at all these abominations. It's been 10 minutes and look at the state of the city already and all these abominations roaming around. They don't discriminate, by the way. They'll just kill Templars. They don't just kill Templars. They'll go door to door. They exist to slaughter innocents, not Templars. So all these mages here, they're fighting Templars. Humans, dogs, the neighborhood cat. Like they're just gonna indiscriminately slaughter the whole of Kirkwall now that they've been summoned up. And that's mages. There is a choice. Like I said, there are some, like I've been saying the whole time, there are some mages that no matter what they did, no matter what happens to them, they would never become a demon or an abomination and just slaughter innocents like that. But unfortunately, for Kirkwall currently, you can't say the same for the mages of Kirkwall. They are willing to do whatever it takes to continue to exist, even when it's one of their own that has caused such a big issue. Why didn't they kill Anders right then and there? I wonder. They could have quite easily just, you know, this wasn't us, screw Anders, dead. But no, instead of all that, they expected me to step in on their behalf and fight the Templar Order down to the last man because my sister is in the circle. But my sister had no part in this, and hopefully Bethany will pick sense, because I really would not like to have to find my sister in this. So that's okay. Insufficient mana is interesting considering you're at full HP. Insufficient mana to cast Blood of the First. I don't know why that's how that worked. I didn't catch you in time, did I? Okay, she's dead at least.
Let's hope this works!
out of there alive, at least. I hope. Okay, yeah, we're done. That was rough. That could have gone way worse. Quite easily. If I had not noticed that Blood Mage when I did, I think she would have probably just one-shotted me. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Varric. Isabella, I think, got caught in the Pride Demon spell, the big spell that it put up. I think that's what happened to Isabella. Pay more attention to that shit. Where am I going to get to where I'm going? Are we taking a ship to the Gallows? Yeah, it looks like we are. That's a brave ship captain sailing this into that.
Quickly! Quickly!
First Enchanter!
Stay back! I don't want to fight you!
And here you are!
Let us speak, Meredith, before this battle destroys the city you claim to protect!
I will entertain a surrender, nothing more.
We are again forced in the middle of this.
Speak if you have something to say.
Revoke the right of annulment, Meredith, before this goes too far. Imprison us if you must. Search the tower. I will even help you. But do not kill us all for an act we did not commit.
The Grand Cleric is dead, killed by a mage. The people will demand retribution, and I will give it to them. Your offer is commendable, Orsino, but it comes too late.
It's not too late. That is a very good offer.
We can still prevent this, before you both tear Kirkwall apart.
It is already torn apart. We cannot divert from our path.
And me? Will you also fight your own sister?
Bethany, will you fight your brother?
You tell me.
I didn't want it to come to this.
Stay strong, child. We must make a stand together, or we are all lost.
You don't talk to my fucking sister like that.
Yes, First Enchanter.
No.
So what is it to be, Meredith?
It's not like that.
Do we fight here?
You don't have to stand with this
Go.
person.
Prepare your people. The rest of the Order is already crossing the harbor.
This isn't over.
You don't have to stand with him, Bethany. So at this point, Meredith obviously just wants to fight. She's not interested in surrender. She's not interested in taking care of this in any way other than this.
Entering the gallows and eliminating every mage we find within.
I mean, she pointed it out perfectly, right? Go prepare your people.
The magic within them is a disease that, if left unchecked, will spread and fester. We will do what we must. Maker have mercy on their souls. Prepare for the attack. Let me know when you are ready, champion.
They did this. They blew up the chantry.
Yeah, well, they didn't, Anders did. But they didn't help their own case.
Captain.
Not for much longer if this goes bad. What a mess. You really put loyalty to the test, you know. Donnic has kept the guard protecting civilians. It's been contained so far, but we really need some luck going ahead.
You don't think we should be here doing this?
I never wanted to mess up your life like this.
I think it's something that just sort of happens to friends of yours.
Thanks.
Hawk, it's worth it. Let's bust some heads like the old days.
I would agree. Yeah, for what it's worth for all of this, I would have gladly accepted Orsino's offer of surrender there and revoked the right of annulment. That's what I would have done. Even knowing what I know about Leandra, without proof of that, I'm not going to condemn every mage in here to death. Of course, Orsino offered, Meredith is unable to accept that, and now we're just right back where we were in the first place. And it's never going to change. The tensions of the city are way too roused up. And she's got some stuff going on with her that won't be revealed until later, but there's never going to be any other end to this once Anders did what he did.
I hope you're prepared for what we're about to face. Desperation will drive these mages to terrible acts. I've seen it before. It will not be pretty.
What do you mean?
The Imperium has its own Templars, and they too must act when mages cross the line. The line is in a different place, but the end result is the same. We will see abominations born of terror and wrath. Men you never believed capable of depravity, embracing it gladly.
We can at least still try and do the right thing here.
I don't think it's too late. It doesn't have to go that far.
We shall see. Now the battle awaits us. Navia lerno victoria. Only the living know victory. Fight well.
Only the living know victory is quite an apt statement for what we're about to face in the...
Nervous, Hawk?
Nah, we got this.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Varric. We can handle this.
The scary part is, when you say that, I actually start to believe it. I must be going crazy in my old age. You know me, Hawk. I'm not one for long goodbyes. But this, defending innocent people, preserving our way of life, this is worth doing.
No one else I'd rather do it with.
It's good to have you along.
It has been an honor, Hawk. What do you say we put an end to all this waiting around and go meet destiny?
I hope Meredith knows what she's doing.
To varying degrees.
If Elthina had stood firm behind the Knight Commander, this wouldn't have happened. There are times when even the best intentions lead to the void.
To be honest, I think if Grand Cleric Elthina would have stood behind anybody or done anything, this wouldn't have happened. I think she could have quashed the Mage Templar tensions in Act 1. I think she could have done it in Act 2. And I think she could have done it way before she died in Act 3. She just chose not to at every single point in time. She just wanted to sit up there and let people do what they will. Which is not a stance that I can ever agree or think of, because inaction is also an action. You can't just choose not to do something, because that's also a choice. And that's on your the consequences are on your head there too. If you're in your home and you hear somebody outside getting mugged and beaten to death, and you sit there and do nothing, you can say that you didn't get that person killed. Sure, you weren't the one beating them to death, but the decision to take no action is an action of itself, and you are guilty, at least as far as I'm concerned. And that's the same position that Elthina is in. She holds a lot of responsibility for all this.
That was a terrible way to die. The Grand Cleric deserved better.
Everybody deserves better than that.
We've both lost those dear to us to these Maleficarum. These mages will not stop until they overthrow the Chantry. There was never peace to be made with them. The Maker favors us in this fight. He must, for we defend against his enemies. If we fall here, may we meet again at his side.
Yeah, not an option to fall here.
Everything will be all right.
Especially not with my sister in there.
I hope so. I'm sure this is for the best. I'm ready for whatever comes. Does all this feel like a dream to you, too?
I can't believe it's come to this.
You'll get us through this. You always do.
I'm gonna try.
Before we go,
Meryl, whatever happens, I'm proud to have known you.
And that just leaves Isabella.
You don't have to be here if you don't want to be.
I'm not leaving. If you insist on fighting for some principle or other, I'm going to be right beside you. It figures, doesn't it? I finally find someone I want to be with, and suddenly everything is exploding. Tell me I'm not going to lose you.
You won't. Let's go watch the explosion together.
I promise we'll get through this.
I'm going to hold you to that, Hawk.
And Isabella is good. like she said, if you insist on fighting for some principle or whatever, even if I don't hold it, I got your back and I'll fight with you, because in the end, we're together and that's what counts. I think that's Isabella coming full circle. She went from not caring about anybody or anything, just wanting her next fix and a shiny ship. Now she's willing to storm a blood mage infested circle and potentially fight to the death with someone she loves. I'd say that's a pretty fulfilled arc for Isabella there.
I assume you are ready, champion?
What will you do once the mages are dead?
This is not the first time the rite of annulment has ever been invoked. We will do as others have done before us. Start again. Kirkwall will be rebuilt, stronger than before, and the Circle will know fear. This has been a long time coming. I am eager to begin.
So I'm not sure that she has the authority to just invoke the Rite of Annulment, because if you recall, Sir Gregor in Dragon Age Origins had to send word to somewhere else in order to get the Rite of Annulment. He had to go ask for permission. He couldn't just invoke it as he saw fit. I think he also needed reinforcements too. So maybe that plays a little into why he sent to ask for permission, but I don't think she is allowed to just invoke that herself and then go smoke all of them. I think she would need permission from a Grand Cleric. Of course, Elthena's dead, so she doesn't have one here, so I don't think she would be allowed to do this until somebody else signed off on it, unless there's, you know, maybe this is considered an extenuating circumstance where she has the authority for this.
Good. You will need to give orders to your companions. Do that and the attack may begin.
Alright, we're gonna take Isabella, we're gonna take Meryl, and we'll bring Varric on down too.
I should be at your side, Hawk.
Aveline, charge in whenever you see an opening.
Very well.
Just charge in.
I want you to stay close. Help out when you can.
As you wish.
Sebastian, I need you somewhere with a good vantage. Cover us while we move in.
May the Maker favor us now.
We didn't want this. The mages, they're our brothers and sisters. It's sad, but still necessary. Kirkwall needs us to set this right. We need order, or we lose ourselves. It's the only choice we have.
Champion, the attack is about to begin. Break it down!
Here they come! Stop them!
That's a hell of a loading screen transition. Well, I guess that means it's our turn, huh? First things first, Enchanter, Circle Mage. I don't think there are blood mages here. It's not in this exact point of fight. These little shits are annoying. Isabella, you are inhaling. Take a heal. Get rid of these enchanters up here that are just peppering shots down on us. Once you summon Abomination. You need to go down too. Now we can go deal with him.
Nothing to worry about.
I'm gonna kite all these abominations around here for a second. Buffs up. The courtyard almost clear. run. I don't think we'll make it in time before the dog and my mages kill her.
That was exciting.
Have mercy, we beg you. Do whatever you want with us, but let us live.
No! This circle is beyond redemption.
Knight Commander, surely the rite of annulment requires something more...
It requires my word, Cullen. Do as I've commanded.
Champion, will you not defend us? Must we all be slaughtered for the actions of a few?
I want to hear what the Knight Captain has to say.
Now's your chance to speak
The
up.
rite has always been a last resort, when every mage involved was beyond salvation. The situation was far more dire in Ferelden's circle, and yet many mages were saved. We could still do as much here.
Objection noted, Captain.
And if Cullen is willing to say that after everything he's seen, then I think he's onto something.
Maybe they can answer some questions.
I think the first Enchanter is still in the tower. He said he had a plan, something that would stop you.
Demons, or something worse?
I don't know. We wanted nothing to do with it, so we ran. Please, help us. We've done nothing wrong.
Is there a way to tell if they're blood mages?
There is not.
But they haven't resorted to it, even to save their own lives. Perhaps if we watch them carefully, we...
You're on point,
And if they
Cullen.
hope to escape by playing innocent, will you accept that responsibility, Cullen?
Yes. I believe that's what being a Templar is about.
I would be inclined to
And
agree.
I say we are here to protect the people. We must be judges, jailers, and even executioners.
I am not gonna let you kill these kneeling men.
We're here to prevent a crisis, not raise everything in our path.
Listen to the champion.
We're not just gonna flat execute people. You'll be okay, Meredith. I'm not gonna... They came out... Whatever Orsino is doing in the... They disagreed with. They came out and snitched on him, too. They told us that he's planning something shady, and that's all I need to know. That's all I need from them. To know that they deserve to be spared. Again, like Cullen said. And like I said, we're not here to just raise everything in our path. We're here to prevent a crisis. Just because I felt like she was more right than him doesn't mean that I'm open season on board with just slaughtering all these people. Really, huh? The traps over and over again. Eric, you might want to back up from that corner here in a little. Why my character chose to go around the pillar like that right into the trap is a little beyond me. Varric, why don't you do something about that so next time I try and save your life, I don't walk into a cobweb. That's my rogue bitch. And again, you just see them summoning demons wholesale. And I don't care that people are going to say that, well, they're about to die, so what are they supposed to do? Well, what you're supposed to do is not become abominations that are going to go slaughter innocent people when we're done with the fight here. That's what you're supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do is just accept this as some kind of, like, my fate has been sealed, now they all have to die and the whole city with me. Have some pride. I took a big risk right there with those traps. I gambled that I would be able to make it across that line in time, and thankfully I was correct. Have in here. This is Meredith's chest. I wonder what's in here. Templar ceremonial cummerbund. That is an interesting name for an item.
You happy?
I wonder if that's a legit thing. I'm kind of afraid to Google that after I finish recording this episode, honestly. I don't know if I want to be Googling cummerbund. The price of one in here, man. First, then we can worry about the shades. Hopefully, thankfully, I'll hit a lot of these shades with just friendly AoE fire. That'll keep my stamina nice and high. Multiple pride demons in the circle too. You can't tell me this is all a coincidence, all these pride demons and arcane horrors and shambling corpses all spawning up in here. Pride demons are some of the strongest too, and pride demons only occur when they're inside of a very accomplished mage. So these are people who've passed their heroin, they've done all that they needed to do, and they're still here becoming this. Choices, decisions, and consequences. Now that we cleaned that out, I think we gotta circle back around to where we were before and take that little slip path. This side door here, yeah. Coming in more of their abominations.
Varric, if you were faking, I would strangle you.
The hell spawned out here? What, Templar? Templar is kind of fucking me up in this 1v1 we got going on. I never thought I would say it, but I miss Anders. He was far more effective. Might be another reason why he had a slight chance of continuing to exist with me. How about... Oh, that's an asshole, isn't it? No, you don't all need to follow me in there. Everybody get out of the fucking flame torch roof. Everybody stop it. And I would imagine, given this whole thing, there would be sandal right here, yeah? Thought so.
Enchantment?
Enchantments. What do you have in your store, buddy? Get all this vanilla stuff out of our inventory. What are you selling for me, friend? I'll just buy whatever you're willing to sell me. At this point, I'll probably need all this in the fight to come, so... Let's just buy it all up, right? Alright. Let's go see what Orsino is cooking up. Let's see a blood mage on the field here. Down into the Templar hole.
Just as I suspected all along.
Willing sacrifices! Men and women who would have died at your hands anyhow. The irony is that until this very moment, I have never used blood magic.
Do you take me for a fool? One does not summon such a ritual from thin air.
That's a valid
The
point.
right belonged to Quentin, a man the champion is familiar with. I put aside his research as too dangerous.
Research.
But things have changed.
Research. 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 He called it research. The right belonged to Quentin, a man the champion is familiar with. I put aside his research as too dangerous, but things have changed. So he knows all about Quentin, like I said. And he didn't put aside his research as too fucking dangerous. He was consistently peddling him books and helping him with that research. And Quentin did kill my mother, you fucking coward.
You were working with that murderer.
I knew about him. I kept his existence secret because I...
Yeah, I'm sure that's why. I read your note, bitch.
But you could have stopped him. You could have saved her.
I'm sorry, my dear. I didn't know the extent of his derangement until it was too late.
Yes, you did.
The Maker has guided us here to end your evil, Orsino.
The letter even was you requesting him to keep you updated. You don't recall?
You said he wouldn't be hurt.
I'm sorry, child. But true justice demands sacrifice
Justice.
from us all.
He's a lying cockroach too, by the way. Yeah, his letter was literally saying that he wanted to be kept posted on the research. Keep me updated. He wanted it the whole time. He knew everything the whole time. And now look at what he is. First time he's ever cast a blood magic my ass. Very convincing. Yeah, you look like you only just cast a blood magic for the first time. That looks like I need to walk away from that. It looks like all of you need to walk away from that. Okay, well, you all take care of what you all are taking care of. I'm gonna take care of his little shambling corpses around the room. I need my people not to get rocked by all that. Where's Orsino's little bitch boy? Look at all the blood here. Look at all the blood magic here. Never dabbled in blood magic before. Like, yeah, right, bitch. Oh, we didn't catch Varric in time. We didn't catch that in time to save him. But I think I should still be okay. Just gotta keep an eye on the people on the outside. Meryl is important here. Where'd you go? Playing with fire right there, risking Isabella to that, but bitch. he just runs. Again, the fight is not necessarily hard, it's just fucking same shit. He'll just run away and then they'll forced to fight these big, dragged out corridor, hallway type situations where he's constantly running around. First phase is the hardest. This is just a situation where you can get worn down if you're not careful. And he drops back into his body and you got the next big major phase to this. Why I bought all those potions from Sandal before we came in this room. Pop the stun on me. As you can see, he's pretty fucking beefy. The health just in case. Heave up. We'll pop the stamina and draw as soon as it's off cooldown. Put me out of my barrage. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he's real annoying with his little knockback stuns like that. There we go. Finally, he turned his back. My chance to unload. The end of first Enchanter Orsino and all the bullshit that he was peddling.
I can't believe it. How could you do this?
Here's Bethany.
Such is the curse that you carry.
Not turn into anything.
As it may be to accept.
Your insanity drove him to this.
I don't believe that to be totally true.
I will not argue with you, Mage. My purpose here is clear.
And I'm just one more abomination to be dealt with. Yes. I see what comes next.
You are not gonna touch my sister.
Back away from her, Meredith.
I see. Have it your way, then. I will meet you in the courtyard, champion.
Yeah, you can walk away from my sister the same as you walked away from everyone else.
Your help.
You deserve every piece of my help and more.
You don't think I could lose you, too?
We're probably gonna have a hell of a brawl of horrors outside. Getting Bartran flashbacks there. And now we'll go back to Double Mage. So let's grab our chest. Orsino, and then we'll grab this chest too.
You're such a slave driver.
Right, let's get everybody's levels before the big final encounter. So we already have 54 strength. That constitution is really high too. Let's give us 2 more willpower. And I guess we'll go 1 more strength, I suppose. For all the things we've already done here, we don't have much else to go. That makes the cooldown smaller. That's good against disoriented targets. It's like a lot of fizz damage, so that'll be the most useful out of everything that's left. Give you Dex. I'll give you 1 more point into Con. You can have Isabella's extensive experience in combat grants her bonus to critical hit chance and defense. So you can take that. It's just a flat buff to you. I'll give you 2 magic and 1 con. And for all the things that we have left for you to buff, it's really just going to come down to buff and fireball for you, I think. And then Bethany. This is where it's going to be very important to pick carefully. So let's, first of all, let's give you some health. Let's give you some magic. And you need a whole gang of willpower. And I also want you to be able to stay alive. You are going to be my battery in the things to come. Paralysis. Yep, that's all fine. You have Force Mage, Fist of the Maker, Telekinetic Burst, Gravity Ring, Unshakable. Let's give you Hex of Torment. You can have Horror as well. We'll buff your Horror. We'll do that just so you can get your buff to Hex Torment. And we're going to give you both those abilities. You already have elemental weapons, but you won't be popping that. So let's, from there, we'll give you Death Siphon, Spirit Ball versus Disoriented. We'll upgrade Death Siphon, and that'll tag you up for that. So at least 3 enemies alive, that's all fine. Enemy rank Elite or higher. Usability Hex of Torment. Enemy targeted range between medium and long range. Usability Firestorm. Self NA. You're gonna activate Death Siphon. And in general, you have everything that I want you to have equipped for the next fight, I think. What do you have in your abilities? You're using Fireball, you're using Firestorm, you're using Haste and Heal. I think you have Self-Any Heroic Aura on too. You're already using Hex of Torment or Death Hex. Let's see, are you using Heroic Aura? You are. Hex of Torment. Yeah, she's using everything we needed to use. And ordinarily, this is where I would wrap the episode to split for the next one, but let's go wrap things up together. Again, she won't be touching our sister, no matter what. There is no version of reality where I let her do anything to Bethany. I will purchase all 15 of those, all 6 of those. Every Lyrium potion you have, and every injury kit you have. I will take all of that, and you can take all my junk. Which reminds me, if I go to our characters and tactics for Bethany, you don't have your potions in here, do you? So, take both these up to the top, and I'm going to have you self-health potion and self-mana Lyrium potion, because you need to be able to do that. Self-health, under 25. Use item, health potion, and self mana or stamina, under 25. Use item, Lyrium potion. And then self health, you don't need this. Ally health at 20 is fine, and that'll do. Now let's see what your staff is. I imagine you have shit, since you've been out of our hands for so long. You have Staff of New Growth. Staff of Violation is 41 spirit damage. Willpower. Infect with Walking Bomb. We'll take that. Torch of Falon Din is 42, but it doesn't do as good on the rest of it. The Jewel of the Ether. Willpower. Dreamcatcher. 18 mana stamina. That'll do. Orsino's Signet Ring is 14, so we'll take that. And then we need a belt for you. Plus ceremonial, health regeneration and magic resistance. Mana stamina, that'll do. Get her as buffed up as we possibly can for this next encounter. Because this next one can be tough. And I am letting this episode run longer just because it's all kind of ties into one and it would be weird to cut it.
Look at all this. Magic is a cancer in the heart of our land. Just as it was in the time of Andraste. And like her, we are left with no choice but to purify it with fire and blood.
You almost sound as if you're happy to do it.
Happy? I would prefer we lived in a world without such sickness, where such madness is unnecessary. But we do not. Even this battle is not yet over. I am beginning to wonder just how large your part in all this actually was. A refugee come to our city with an apostate sister, gathering power and influence without any accounting. How can I trust that the mighty champion of Kirkwall is not a worse threat to this city than the Circle?
I did plenty of accounting, actually. I've lost friends, family. I saved the city from the Canary. It would be a weird way to go about doing that, wouldn't I? And I mean, look who's talking is quite an accurate response here. I think I'm starting to get the picture for Meredith. I think she is either jealous or she just wants to finish up.
You're seeing threats where none exist.
Just the sort of misdirection I would expect from you. The people of Kirkwall will mourn your loss, but I will tell them you died battling the mages.
And you'll lie too, huh?
Cause.
Knight Commander, I thought we intended to arrest the champion.
You will do as I command, Cullen.
No. I defended you when Thrask started whispering you were mad, but this is too far.
I will not allow insubordination. We must stay true to our path. You recognize it, do you not? Your lyrium, taken from the deep roads. The dwarf charged a great deal for his prize.
And that's what happened to his red lyrium idol.
The idol poisoned Bartran's mind in the end.
He was weak, whereas I am not. All of you! I want him dead!
Enough! This is not what the Order stands for. Knight Commander, step down. I relieve you of your command.
My own Knight Captain falls prey to the influence of blood magic. You all have. You're all weak. Allowing the mages to control your minds, to turn you against me. But I don't need any of you. I will protect this city myself.
You'll have to go through me.
Idiot boy. Just like all the others.
I mean, props to Meredith to a degree for being able to resist her lyrium idol for as long as she has, but it's clearly affecting her mind.
And the wicked. And do not falter!
I think clearly the only reason that she hasn't fallen for this way before now is because of her faith in the Maker and the way that that kind of guides her every decision. I think were it not for her being a Templar, she would have fell for this rather quickly. But it doesn't change what we now have to do, especially since she wants to kill our ass for it. I shall tell the people you died fighting blood mages, huh? That won't be how this goes.
Maker, your servant begs you for the strength to defeat this evil.
Well, the red lyrium certainly gives her some juice. I could really use some Templar assistance right about now, Cullen, if you'd like to send the men in. Inhale that for a second.
That was exciting.
Oh, Meredith. These statues are quite creepy when they're animated. Like, look at the way they fall in. Slave statues. We're literally fighting statues of enslaved elves from the old times of the Templars. Okay, Isabella, you're gonna take a sip. I'm gonna come help you with that, actually. I don't want you to die to these. And it looks like I have Meredith's full attention, which is convenient because I can kite her away from my people.
Not enough that they make innocents suffer. No! We must also have insult added to injury.
Stunned everything in this whole battlefield.
Give them freedom, and they would use it to tear down everything we...
Apart from Meryl, apparently.
No. No, it cannot be allowed. I will...
Never mind, that's Cullen chopping her up with light and damage.
I will defeat you.
Is that Aveline? That's Aveline. Aveline is in here fighting with us. Generous too. Watching Aveline in the back just kick Meredith's ass for us is fucking fantastic.
How does it feel, champion, to know I hold the life of one you love in my hand?
About as good as you're about to feel in 5 seconds when the damage meter kicks in and Deathblow takes your ass.
I will not be defeated! Maker, heed your humble servant!
I think she just turned into a statue of red lyrium, and I'm pretty sure her fingers exploded off when that sword blew up in her hand. Let's not be hasty. You all saw what happened.
Slaughter spread quickly. The champion's name became a rallying cry for all mages, a reminder of their brutal oppression. He'd shown not only what the Templars were willing to do, but that they could be defied. The circles rose up and set the world on fire. Here at home, the city all but got down on its hands and knees and begged the champion to rule. As for the rest of us, Eventually, we all left the champion's side for one reason or another. Well, all of us except for Isabella. You still hear the stories, of course. With each telling they grow, even if, at the core, remains the truth. A new legend had been born. So that's it. That's the whole story.
Then Meredith turned on the champion. She was to blame.
Or that damned idol was. Or Anders. Take your pick.
Even so, had the champion not been there...
Then I suppose Meredith would be ruling the city still.
But the champion is not in Kirkwall any longer.
So I hear. Isn't it strange how quickly fortunes change?
I see.
So how is hearing all this going to help? You've already lost all the circles. In fact, haven't the Templars rebelled as well? I thought you decided to abandon the Chantry to hunt the Mages.
Not all of us desire war.
So Anders got what he wanted in the end.
If you know where the champion is, you must tell me. He is a hero. A man that the Templars respect. Someone who was there at the beginning. The champion could stop this madness before it's too late. He may be the only one who can.
Is that what this is all about? In that case, I wish I could help you.
Just tell me one thing, then. Is the champion dead?
Though, I doubt that.
Then you are free to go, Varric. May the Maker watch over you during the dark times ahead of us.
Well, she kept her word on letting him go.
Same to you, Seeker. Same to you.
And if you know the truth, then you know Varric knows exactly where the champion is. And they were holding that interview, if you look behind her, in the Hawk Estate.
Just like the Warden.
The hero of Ferelden is gone too, apparently.
No coincidence.
So, do we proceed with the original plan? Or keep looking?
It is in the Maker's hands now. We put our faith in him.
And that would be the sign of the Inquisition. And that is it for Dragon Age 2. So, boy, there's a lot of things to say about this, really. I do genuinely like this game. I don't love it as much as I love Dragon Age Origins, obviously. But I do genuinely like this. I do genuinely believe that this is a very good game and very underrated, especially compared up to the rest of the series that's come out since. I think this is better than Veilguard, and I think this is better than Inquisition. I do think it lacks some scope, and some design choices here and there are pretty bad. Like that Orsino fight is pretty bad. The Arashok fight obviously is one of the worst fights I've ever seen in gaming. But the tone of Dragon Age is still here, the writing of Dragon Age is still here, the world and universe, the heart and soul of Dragon Age is still here. And I think the fact that they managed to pull this game out of their ass in 14 months is honestly quite impressive. I don't think it's the best in the series, but I do think it's the second best in the series, and I think people have finally started to appreciate this more post Veilguard for what it is, which is a really good setup for the rest of the series, and in and of itself a really good title. I like the music, I love the art design. The art design is something I actually really appreciate here. I think this game has aged as well as it has visually, because it has a unique art style that is specific to Dragon Age 2. They didn't go for hyper-realism, they didn't go for photorealism. They went for a unique art style, kind of like Darksiders has. And because of that, it has aged perfectly over the years for me. I barely even notice it looks old, I say in quotes. Obviously, the map design, the samey environments, those have all been talked about 1,000 times, but I really believe the combat here is very fun and probably in contention for the best in the series. Obviously, Dragon Age Origins is my favorite game, so I think that has the best gameplay and everything else, but in isolation, if we could get If we could get a Dragon Age Origins remake with the tactics system of Dragon Age 2 and some of those combat animations mixed in while keeping the slow, methodical pace of Dragon Age Origins, I think it would be the perfect storm. Because I do think the combat in this game is quite good. The pacing is just a little messed up. Everything is cracked out, like super fast movement, bad enemy spawns just in a 360 radius around you. Those things are the problem, but the combat loop itself with the animations and the abilities and the builds, that's all good. So if you could mix those in somehow with Dragon Age Origins and keep Dragon Age Origins itself as it all is, then that would be beautiful. Also, a fun little fact here, I actually know this guy, Grant McKay. I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of developers from different game studios over the years, and Grant McKay is one of them. He's one of my good friends, actually. Anyways, all that being said and all that being wrapped up, it is about time to end this one while we have this beautiful song players out in the background. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the series, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please check out my Patreon, linked in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Ciao.